Hello, Professor. Just giving you a little bit of my backyard. Beautiful scenery here in Appalachia. Stepped outside real quick. Here's our good friend BRS Histology. So let me show you something really quickly. So imagine this only like a big memo pad. That's how I started extracting information a few weeks ago. And I've only recently decided, oh, this is probably better to use a little guy like this. And so it essentially is kind of like a little bit of a Cornell method. I've got the topic at the top, and then here's like the subject on the left, and then I've got the Q here. Well, I put the Q's in cursive, and then over here, this is the answers. So if I want to test myself, I just fold it in half, and then, kind of like a Cornell method. The big difference is I don't usually put a summary. But anyways, I've gone back to trying to do this since I do think there's just too much lost in just doing highlights. It definitely was a very fast, but I was definitely starting to just memorize and not really learn or understand. So I have to be careful of that because this is a superpower. And I need to use it for good, not evil. But anyway, here, this is a topic, special senses. I have not studied this yet. I didn't quite make it this far last semester. So I went ahead and I started. I am using my physical stuff today. It just felt better. Some days I need to be on the computer. So I've got down here, we have touch and pressure, which is what we're working on. Yeah, so here, this page is for touch and pressure. And it includes the Pacinian, the Ruffini, the Meissner, and cross receptors. And so there I've got include, which is the Q over here. I've got these guys. Now, touch and pressure, I'm not sure if I'm going to encode this. I probably need to. But this is the topic that I'm thinking of because I put pinky, and I encourage you to not look up this person. But I know who they are. And so that's going to be for my Pacinian corpuscles. And so going through and doing some reading, I kind of like, okay, well, this looks like the morphology. This is the location, and I haven't gotten to the rest yet. But between what I had thought of on my own yesterday before, I probably heard it on one of your videos before. It's been a couple years, but what I came to was I need to start using more like body palaces, but for images, I guess. And I even did draw like a teeny tiny little palace here for these 5 things I want to learn. But basically, I'm picturing Pinky, who is a very animated character, and I've got her head for the morphology, so I can just imagine she's got a very ellipsoid head, so that's very exaggerated. And then I'm gonna have her wearing some kind of cap, and it's gonna be made out of fiber, so there's good like kinesthetic and some smells there, and it's very unusual for Pinky because she doesn't usually wear hats, so I'm hoping that'll stick. But I haven't really started yet. This is just like as I'm writing it out, this is what jumped in mind. So I can always come in and add magnetism later once I actually figure out what the hell I'm doing here. So then I come down to location, and these are the 5 things that I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to put this in a palace because I'm not going to be able to remember this, or I'm not going to be able to make a direct association to my image of Pinky. Maybe I could, but it's going to be all over the place. So I'm like, I'm going to just make a little palace here. And so Pinky's going to have her head, her torso, and then her legs for the 3 things that I'm going to memorize, being the morphology, the location, and then the contents. And so I'm sitting here going like, well, how am I going to put this? And I'm like, in my mind, like I can see her very clearly right now. And I guess this is a hyperphantasia thing. I'm like drawing this palace on her stomach in my mind. And so now she's basically like wearing a shirt that is just this. And so I feel like this could be cool. And I'm using L for location, and I'm thinking of lock. And there's a pretty strong memory where I had to ride my bicycle to a lock shop. And so I just did a quick little sketch here. And there's the entrance and the storefront. So I think I'm going to use Locke with this, and I'm just going to have her t-shirt's going to be this. And I don't know, maybe I'll have like a key in her hand or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, so this is kind of another thing of where I'm at right now, because I am changing things a lot on a day-to-day basis, but I still have some time. And I guess I'm trying to reconcile trying to stay as close to the method as I can, while also taking advantage of some of my strengths, which I think is this, because yeah, anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you.